Alright, so we're on to the wiring harness in this project, and what we do is typically on all restorations, we take the wiring harness out, set it on a toolbox or bench, and go through it and inspect it and cut back a lot of the tape that you see from the factory. Pretty dirty obviously, but for the most part, just strip it right back, look at the ends, clean them up, and then dovetail in brand new wire where it need be, and remove things that aren't necessary. As far as this goes, it's a pretty stock wiring harness. It's in pretty darn good shape, relatively speaking. People haven't cut in or hacked into the main part of the harness. You see that every once in a while. And for example, this is the fuse panel. Not bad. Sometimes you find fuse panels that are melted, but this one's pretty good. It's a very stock setup. One of the things we did find though was that the alternator had been reworked at some point with some wiring, and I don't even know if it was even charging or what it might have been doing. We have fraying of the wire, some interesting soldering going on, and other things that come off this area. And you know, obviously it's aftermarket wire here, plugs right into the alternator, but we're going to bring it back to a factory setting, so to speak, and rebuild that. With every restoration that we do, we retape the wiring harness, and we're using a very high quality 30M type tape, and we'll show you that process. And obviously we're just referring to the manual, making sure that we have the proper wiring schematic, referring to that. Hank has done so many of these, he knows exactly how it goes down, so nice to have the book though, going back through and assessing the condition, and also doing a testing of the wiring harness, soldering, heat shrinking, whatever we got to do to make it so that we're putting it back together, and using the proper trace wire. We're just not putting in, like, you know, solid red or solid green. If it requires solid red with a yellow trace, that's in fact what we run in there. So, long-winded video. However, it's really important to have the wiring harness done properly.